Warning, this podcast contains sexual content, graphic language, and bodily functions. Get over it.
I'm Heather Ann Gottlieb, and this is Dirty Girl, the podcast that shares stories from real women about their disgusting habits, taboo secrets, and unruly pastimes.
Fart, burp, queef your little heart out. It's not a girl thing, it's not a boy thing, it's not a woman or a man thing. Everybody has a body, and it's disgusting, and we all just need to accept it and love it.
How can we take this to the next level of disgusting?
Like, I'm the nervous pooer.
Oh, absolutely.
And you...
Poo with the door open.
Let's call them Bert and Ernie. So Bert and Ernie are a couple of badass women in a same-sex relationship, which Ernie has done before, but this is Bert's first one.
Are you gross as a couple? She's cleaner than I am. I'm nasty, and she makes fun of me for not showering for like 6 days at a time, but I just have convinced myself that I don't get dirty. So it's like dirty is a state of mind. And so if I don't know, it's not that I like hate water or anything, but it's just such a fucking inconvenience to have to stop what you're doing, get fucking soaking wet, and then change your clothes. Like, it's terrible. I'd rather just continue my life and not be inconvenienced by a shower. And I'm so busy, and I make myself so busy that showering, I'm gonna steal your words, it's tertiary. I like that wordage.
Tertiary. It means so low priority, it's not even secondary. We had some fun that day.
Yeah, it's...
I don't clean my body as much as I should. But it's
or
fine.
It's honestly, you don't smell bad and you don't look gross either. So
That's exactly it.
I guess it's not like... I don't know. For me, it's gross, but that's only because I'm super greasy and Italian.
Our first story delves into a whole other type of dirty. A type of dirty that I could not have anticipated when I set out to do this podcast.
In college, I had a roommate, you know where I'm going with this, that thought it would be a phenomenal idea to, I'm not even kidding you, raise roaches. Raise roaches in our fucking dorm room.
Bert told me that this was for some sort of class project.
So the time comes to get rid of the fucking roach that she raised, and she was like, but I love it, it's my friend. And I'm like, excuse me?
Actually, to top it all off, it wasn't just one, there were 3.
Yeah.
Roaches? The most disgusting thing on the entire planet. Don't get me wrong. All of God's creatures are beautiful in their own way, but fucking kidding.
What started as her bed in like a little Tupperware container turned into them taking over the laundry room. So she left their cage, quote unquote, in the laundry room, and then they proceeded to breed, and she had a colony of roaches living in our dorm, and she had no qualms as to why that would be a problem or not.
So Bert lived in a suite where there were 6 girls living in total, and they all told this chick to get rid of the roaches, which you think wouldn't be necessary, but instead she decided to just keep them under her bed. I asked them, what of course we're all wondering, what does roach shit smell like?
Combine ferret with hamster.
Totally, it smells like a small animal, like how you would have
like so almost rodent. Like,
yeah, like rodent.
It's almost like a rodent, pretty much. But I think it had a lot to do with the stuffing that was in the cage.
Oh yeah, because she gave them bedding. That's a different type of gross. It's not like a bodily gross, but like a habitual gross. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
We just knew it would be an issue when she would start getting teary-eyed and pissed when we were like, get rid of the roaches. She was like, no, they're my friends. Like, in all seriousness.
So Bert and Ernie started out as just friends, but because Ernie's roommate was disgusting, Ernie was spending a lot more time with Bert. And that's sort of how their relationship began. Isn't that sweet?
Heather was mentioning earlier that she was wondering how long it took because she's going through like a relationship, not relationship, she's seeing someone, and she was wondering how long it took for you and I to be quite open with how gross we were. And I said about maybe like a month and a half. Yeah. But like, we also knew as friends that we were kind of gross, but going into it romantically, it kind of got a little like more intense, like a deeper, probably like a month and a half in.
Like more honest, yeah. I mean, I think that time frame is about right. I just was more embarrassed then because you're still in that phase of like wanting to impress somebody. So once you get past that and you're like, oh shit, this person's gonna actually stick around and love me even if I am gross. So I guess I can be honest now and how outwardly disgusting I am without fear of her running away and screaming. So the first time she knew how gross I was when I had a bunch of friends over at my dorm, and I had admitted that upon going to theater rehearsals and everything else, I wore the same pair of dance pants for a week straight. I just slept in them, went to class, went to class in them, went to rehearsal. So then that slipped to one of the people I was casually hanging out with. I'm like, yeah, you guys think you're dirty. I've been wearing these pants for a week. And they promptly text
Ernie.
as I'm mid-courting with her. And I'm like, no. So I pick up my phone, text her, and I go, whatever they say to you, don't fucking listen to it. So that's the first text she receives. And then she receives the, did you know that I was wearing the same pants for a week text. That was awful. But I was a lot more embarrassed then than I am now, because now it's hilarious to talk about.
I asked Bert what it was like to be in a first-time same-sex relationship.
I need to be a fucking nice person and actually trim my nails before going to Pound Town on my lady here, because on more than one occasion I scratched the ever-living shit of her from the inside.
Yeah,
and
I
made
forgot.
her bleed to the point of where we thought it was like a period, but it wasn't. It was just me going ham on her and not realizing I was hurting her. And I was like, oh my God, like crying. I felt so bad. And
I remember that, yeah.
I cut you a couple times.
I forgot. That was like in the beginning of our relationship,
and
too.
that's such a noob mistake, too. Like,
right.
That's like a newbie game mistake. Like, don't do that. But I was newbie and didn't think about that until it was too late. And I was like, I just lathed you from the inside. This is terrible.
Yeah, I will admit, like, it was tender for a couple of days after, because there are cuts inside of you. I mean, to be 100% fair, I had a personal thing where I didn't want to do anything sexual with
Bert
her within the first at least 3 to 6 months, basically like the minimal stuff, because she was so new to a same-sex relationship. She had never been with a female before, romantically or sexually, and I didn't want her to ever feel like obligated or obliged to kind of like do that type of stuff, and I wanted to kind of ease into it because I know that it's scary and I know that it's different, especially for her at that time. I think our first sexual encounter
It was like a month and a half.
Less than a month and a half, because she initiated all of it.
She's being all considerate and like thoughtful of my feelings, and I'm like, wow.
For me, it's a trust thing, and I wanted her to trust me before we went into that point into our relationship. And she apparently was like, she trusted me.
She's so sweet. Listen to her, and I'm over here like, give me some, baby. Like, babe, I love you even though I'm dirty. Wait,
You're
babe,
dirty.
I love you even though you're dirty.
Oh my God.
You're dirty, you dirty girl.
Dirty Girl is a podcast that you just listened to. It's produced by me, along with Cameron Taggy and Alex Salem. You can find us on Instagram at Dirty Girl Pod. I post a shitload of uber feminist stuff. You're gonna love it. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, same handle, but Instagram is my favorite. I'm Heather Ann Gottlieb. I will see you next time. Until then, take some time to be dirty today.